We use the design more than once. You know, some people say we should use the Westmoreland plans and just build that. But I'm not sure that that is, at least while their vehicle bays would be sufficient for our use, I don't think their administrative area is sufficient for our use. That's so,
The architect that designed it might have something to say about that too.
yeah.
He's going to sell his plans probably.
So at any rate, somebody's gonna make money off this. It's not gonna be you and me.
Thank you, great job, Jay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eric, department update. How's it going? So far, so good, yeah. Things are okay. We're kind of just still plugging along with everything. Some of our big stuff going on. I mean, obviously, we've got a busy month and a half-ish, you know, between all the different events around town. Since Old Home Day. It's been busy with a lot of trainings and such all the weekends.
Heard you tested some hose.
We got all our hose testing done. Yeah, we just finished all that. We only lost 100 feet of 4-inch, so wow. Yeah. We've done well with that. Got all our nozzles tested, ladders as well. So those will all be good. We'll have the ladder truck tested September, not this Saturday, next Saturday. 7th. So we're looking, you know, into getting that done. We're coming into September, so that's all our truck inspections coming due. So see a lot of trucks moving around town. I met with Mike. We've gone over the preliminary CIP budget. So start looking forward to working in on that.
Trucks are gonna be exciting, but everything else is pretty
Right,
boring, low-key, so.
right. So
But we knew when, you know, with the way engine 2 that was gonna truncate things, so.
yep.
That kind of. That does come home to roost, or
Right.
might come home to roost, depending on how they space things out.
Right.
SCBA is coming up.
SCBA's are coming up in 4 years, 5 years, something like that, yeah. They're a few more years out. So, but yeah, those are coming due as well.
And it's they keep going save more and more money.
Yeah. So we're starting to do a little bit of review on that now, with all the different makes and models, and you know, trying to keep them as, I wouldn't want to say stock, but as simple as you can.
Yeah.
You know, without all the extra big bells and whistles. So. What else have we done? It's really been about it lately. Those are the big ones.
How are we doing with bringing people back?
We've got a few coming back. That's been a slow process. A few of the deputies had some pretty extensive vacations at the beginning of the month, so we're getting back into getting in talks with them. So we have heard from a couple that gonna write a letter, just haven't quite committed to it. So they're understanding that their lives are a little more busier now than what they have for the commitment they want to make. So
What are we doing for outreach for new recruits?
right now, we've got a few school things planned. You know, the fire prevention is coming up next month, October anyway. So we can try to get out into the schools. We're working on a few different banners for when we have events, trainings, such like that. We'll try to at least promote that we're doing good things out there. It's not something that's, you know, a large event or a large, you know, bad thing happening. So
Are we getting better attendance with the training?
We are starting to, yeah, yep.
Are people falling into a routine? Being more participatory?
A little bit with the trainings, yes, yep. Yep, the call volume, it's been a little wishy-washy with what we get for participation, but. At least as far as the trainings, yes, we're getting a couple extra people showing up, so.
That's good.
So, yeah, so it's, like I said, we're moving forward, it's, trying not to really pressure hard, but at least express that we want to see him come back. So,
And how's our relationship with Cheshire EMS? Are we seeing improvement?
I think that the relationship with them is good. Yeah,
We're not encountering any of the issues that we have.
no, we're doing great with them. They're more than happy to have any of us, as far as the EMT side, ride in with them, give them a hand. Shuttle equipment around for them. Some days we've been. They show up with a medic and they're kind of all committed and will bring their car wherever they need it to be. So whether it's back to their station or the hospital, so. Yep.
We have a minute for a couple of budget questions.
Sure.
After they come out of the press
Yeah.
yesterday. For people taking advantage of the physicals,
Not as much as I'd like.
is there something that you do to encourage?
It's, everybody's they want to be a little, I don't know if it's more private, but they just think their own doctor is sufficient for them. Unless there's a problem, we've been trying to encourage it, but yeah, it's,
You have to be,
yeah, exactly.
the protective clothing, do we have plan on order?
We have not purchased any, yes,
Do we not need it this year?
we are gonna need some of it. It's just been one of those things. We finally got a lot of our stuff cataloged. Kind of cleaned up with the move, with the new addition down there. And they're starting to notice there are some items that are gonna come due this year, so.
And we've got allocated adequate funding?
Yeah. Yep.
With non-disposable medical equipment, we under budgeted rather significantly. What is that?
So that's a lot of bandages, things that are with throwaway items,
No,
essentially.
this is the opposite. No,
Sorry. I don't know why. I haven't looked at that one yet.
How much should we budget for that? For the year, we budgeted 4,000. We used it doubled.
Oh, I'm not really sure why that is. That might just be a coding.
I'll get logged in.
To say, that may be a coding indiscretion that I've,
Could be, or with that item, sometimes it's one big thing that
yeah, right.
it's a factor, but yeah, I can get logged in and check that one.
And radio repairs, and some of these are consistent throughout all the departments.
Yeah.
So it's not just you, but is there anything more planned with radios? You're in pretty good shape.
I think we're in good shape for this year, yes.
Then there's one year. where You got 10% of your budgets all lined up in this one line item, so I think it's just a typo. That's internet.
I think that was a typo by me. When we were entering it, I think it was supposed to be 6,000 and it became 6. Is that line item? So it's like 500,000% over something. So I'll take
But
it.
overall, the budget looks good. Like you're right on target.
Yep. Yep.
And do you have anything else planned for the rest of the year that would impact the budget?
Not that I know of.
There are those things.
Yeah, he mentioned.
I mean, the last time I did this, last time I said that, transmission blew. So.
Guess I won't ask you.
If we continue to look good, though, it might be an opportunity to be a little proactive on the protective equipment versus putting it in next year's budget, maybe. if they have some that's gonna go either this year or next year, maybe
Right.
take a chunk out of it.
Didn't we spend a lot of money on, testing the air and that you were showing me over there, those gauges, like carbon and when you go into places, testing, you buy a whole.
Oh, yes, yes, we bought some new, four gas meters.
Yes.
Yep. And with that, we bought a, sewage treatment plant, so Joe,
Yes.
they purchased.
Wasn't
one
that
for
pretty
them.
expensive, wasn't that?
Yeah, they're a little pricey, not too bad. I mean, I think we did all right. We bought a calibration station for all of them, so now we have,
That's what it was.
Three.
And
yeah, so we have 3 identical meters. Whereas before we had 2 of one of another, and we were testing it on our own. Which if you only have one person do it, that can be okay, or but it's really relying on how much you put a little bit of gas in there for it to test, so. This machine tests it completely, does it the same all the time. Logs it for us if we really need it. Like I said, DPW bought one as well for the sewage treatment plant, so when they go down into the holes and such, they can have it. They can bring it over, have it calibrated anytime they need. So Deputy Sanchez has been trying to head that whole thing up. So
interesting.
we got kind of fortunate with it. They gave us a 4-station charging unit with it. Just because somebody ordered it, it sat on somebody's desk too long and they were told to get rid of it, so. So we benefited, yes. So it was a nice surprise.
So the non-disposable equipment is the striker invoices for the lease. So
Oh,
the lease is
yeah,
expired, so
yeah.
it got taken out of it was in debt service before. And I think during the transition, we lost track of what we
Oh,
did
yeah.
with that. So either we need to work on either a new lease or figuring out returning it. Maybe get rid of.
And that would be the monitor thing.
Yeah, the monitors.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's. Maybe something.
That's why now, okay.
Look into, but fortunately covered by other things.
I think that'll continue.
Either we need to sign a new lease, return these ones, I think there might be a buyout option. So I think we need to figure out what our options are.
How's your team working?
Team's doing okay. Yeah, unfortunately, I've lost one of them for a few months. I don't know if you've been told, Norm had a heart attack. He will be out. He's thinking about 6 to 8 weeks. Through cardiac rehab. Once he gets his clean bill of health from them. He wants to jump right back in. Active as he was, or as active as he can be, so.
He came in today, it's good, so.
Yep, yeah, he had a couple of stints put in and he's feeling really well.
Where
So
was he?
What's that?
Was it?
he was at home.
Can you call people or drive himself?
He called.
Called number one.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he called me. He said he just had some chest pain as he was sawing some tree limbs. He couldn't differentiate whether it was from that or from anything else. So we took a ride up and
Right away.
yep, it wasn't, it was, had it figured out, so.
Good thing.
Lucky,
You know,
very lucky.
With the 3 chiefs, you guys split up the workload as far as.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. I mean, we're
Coverage.
still doing a lot of, three of us, we're still getting the trainings and such done and. Yep,
How about the call, somebody trying to go to all.
yes, yep. Yep. Yep, we're at least hitting, we're hitting all the calls so far. There's a few medicals we're missing, but. All the fire calls, yes, we're definitely hitting.
Very good. Thanks, Eric.
Good.
Thank you. Eric.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. We going on a new business?
Yes.
Request expenditure Weber Hill
road stabilization, construction. And construction administration.
So we obviously met last week to do the notice of award for Gordon Services, but we were able to get some information back from Underwood today, so that letter that is attached, so this is a little supplement to your packet, and then on the front, I have the suggested motions. So it'd be two motions, one to authorize the funding piece for the Gordon Services construction, broken down from a few sources. And then we're able to supplement using partly Underwood and then partly using a local PE in town for the on-site administration and inspections. So you're able to lower that cost by about 50 or 60,000 by doing it very good with local talent. So pretty big, again, we talked about last week, but pretty big gap between the two bids. That we received just over 1.6 million, and then the bid we accepted of 1,253,000. The funding is coming primarily from warrant article 5 2022, and then some additional FEMA hazard mitigation grant funds that we received because the cost has escalated. And then to kind of bridge the gap, suggesting using, we got just under 53,000 from the state under House Bill 2 last year, which was just kind of general road projects, and then the town road rehab and reconstruction expendable trust fund. We're also hoping, based on the meeting we had with the contractor and engineers on Monday, that we're going to be able to have some cost savings measures, basically ways that the construction company feels can be built more efficiently. So it's not, cutting down their bid, but can lower costs for everyone. So I kept the total amount the same, and that would just serve as our contingency.
We still come under budget.
Exactly.
Make a motion to move on the funding.
Second. Motion made and seconded to authorize the town administrator to sign contract documents for Liver Hill Road Stabilization Project with Gordon Services for a total contract of $1,253,525.25, and authorize the expenditures as follows: $1,026,950 from the 2022 warrant article number 5 and FEMA hazard mitigation grant funds, $52,896.70 from House Bill 2 2023 for maintenance, construction, and reconstruction of Class 5 roads, $173,653.55 from the town roads rehab and reconstruction expendable trust fund. All in favor, say aye. Aye. The ayes have it.
So we'll make the second motion.
Second. Motion made and seconded to authorize the town administrator to sign contract documents for Liver Hill Road Stabilization, Construction, Engineering with Underwood Engineers, and authorize the expenditure of $122,200 from the town roads rehab and reconstruction expendable trust fund. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. Thank you, Michael. Second quarter expenditure and revenue report.
So as we get ready to kick off the budget process for next year, we kind of take the mid-year look at how the budget is faring so far, and overall largely good news, which is good. So some of the kind of highlights in terms of underspending: personnel administration. Sorry. Personnel administration based on vacant positions, so that's Social Security, retirement, and Medicare, is projecting to be underspent about 100,000. And all these estimates are based on kind of if the trends continue. If we had a bunch of positions and gets filled up, that might be lower, but just an estimate based on current staffing. For similar reasons, insurance, so largely it's would be health insurance for positions that are vacant. Is looking to be projected again, kind of using that ballpark of around 100,000. That one also can be impacted not only if we fill positions, but what benefits they take. So it's a huge difference between if someone's on their spouse's insurance and they opt out, they get a payment. That's the lowest cost option versus they come in and they've got spouse and dependents that are on the plan. That's a family plan. That's the most expensive. So it kind of depends on how they get filled and when they get filled. Legal is already over for a number of reasons that the board, I think, is aware of. Eversource utility, Superior Court over a relatively minor land use matter, some personnel items, and then the U.S. District Court case. Police department, again, kind of similar to these other ones with several vacant positions, projected to be about 100,000 underspent, depending on staffing for the rest of the year. Fire department, basically same story, where we have one full-time position filled and one vacant, projecting to be about 100,000 underspent. And highways and streets, this one's a little bit different, but still somewhat similar reasons. Looking to be about, again, around 100,000 is my estimate. That one's more based on projects, which can be backloaded later in the year, so I think this will probably come in closer than the other ones. There's just not time for those to make up the difference, but I think this one is going to end up being closer, but I still think probably in the ballpark of 100,000. The other kind of bad news item is general assistance continues to see a lot of cases, and they're challenging cases, and there's not low cost apartments to put them in. So based on current trends, we're looking at about 30,000 overspend. And in fact, TV does not invoice us for filming these meetings despite the great services that Garrett provides. So that line item hasn't been spent at all. I hope they're paying you and not waiting for, okay, good.
They're paying you.
Okay, good. That's all that we care about. See if Alex is paying attention. And then sewer fund, we got double billed based on the timing issue for me. So that's gonna be 7,000 over, but it was under last year, so it's gonna be out. So revolving funds are two kind of most interesting ones. Recreation revolving fund continues. We noted it was in good shape after the first quarter. It continues to be in good shape. So that department's collected 32,000 more than what's been spent, and 19,000 more than what they collected by this point last year. So kind of makes sense that those would be similar, but it's good to know it's not. Good to know that it's more than covering its expenses than last year, which shows how efficient programs. And Whitcomb Hall also again continues to be on a good trend, so it's has collected through halfway through the year, just under 16,000. So that was about 5,000 more than last year, and kind of profit to date of 6,000. So continues to go in good shape, good direction. I mentioned the boat registrations, which are new under income. Kevin thought that number seemed low, so he's going to do some research on that. So he thought it was more. So pulling it
I think she seemed to feel like.
yeah. So we got to see it.
50 bucks probably, 30 bucks a piece or something. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Why is that new? We just started doing that or
Yeah,
something?
correct.
How did people register their votes before this?
You go to motor vehicles, was it, or?
I think you go to mail
in. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I did register vote and I went down to Keene.
I think Sam's was doing it too, maybe at one time.
Hmm. So that's just money
Just
that's,
something that the town clerk's office took on. It's been a positive service. People don't have to go somewhere else.
what was that? Did I read 1,500 or something?
Yeah, but like I said, Kevin thought that looked low, so we're gonna see if it might be just getting this posted. But even that still.
Oh, yeah, most of it still goes to the state. So
That was what I was thinking about.
it's our percentage.
So we'll see, and if we get more good news, we'll let you know. Otherwise, we'll report back.
Good.
Where do you think legals are gonna end up through the front of it?
I think so. I could see. And really looked up where. Because this is through June, so obviously we have a couple, at least one invoice, I think we've got was for August, yeah.
Yeah. That is there.
Not all.
Yeah, trying to think.
Trying to.
Yeah, I think it's. I think the bulk of the Eversource bills have been paid, for this year anyway. There might be some stuff if they do go to court next year. So, yeah, I believe it's gonna start drifting back then.
Would the CBA decide on Monday?
They denied the request for the year.
So that's another. one.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
I think hopefully they'll just allow the existing case to play out. Cause that it had already gone to court. So we're just waiting for a decision, so
So that one really happened.
I don't think it should be different. So,
Good on budget. We're off to Mount Caesar Union Library invoices.
so that's just kind of wrapping up our share of the, first floor improvement project, so we had approved up to 100,000. Last bill came in.
3736.
Yes, over, so we would like to.
We got property.
I don't think they even own the property.
I didn't think so.
So it's a private nonprofit.
Well. We can like put trust library. And they.
The trust fund, oh yeah, so they have their own, I think they have their own kind of private
Right,
trusts, and then we have our kind of
for the building.
capital expendable trust fund. And then we fund them basically monthly to pay a lot of their operating expenses. Stratton, the town owns and has an elected public board, theirs is like an elected. private board. Stratton used to.
I get it.
Made a motion on that?
Yes, I think that we should.
Motion made and seconded to authorize the expenditure of $3,736 from the Mount Caesar Union Library Expendable Trust Fund for the library improvement project. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, the ayes have it. September meeting schedule.
I forgot to add on there, the election week, we have the September primary elections. So
It's a
I
10th.
informed Mr. Tempesta about it. Like the 11th,
I guess it's not.
The 10th, right?
the election. Primary election.
So could the 11th just happen on the 10th?
Eventually, depending on what the. budget is. And. We could potentially do that. Just have a meeting that night.
And then if you have a lot of stuff, maybe we could fire up the 18th.
Yeah. I informed Mr. Tempesta of his ceremonial midday shift.
Oh, good.
If you want to change that or not, but that's what.
What am
Oh,
I
my
on?
God, so he can run my show. too.
I'll take all three of them if you want.
Yeah.
You guys can have off for the whole day.
Be careful.
I was joking.
Alright. Tuesday, we're gonna have a brief meeting, maybe,
We're doing the same meetings. Same schedule.
yeah, if that works, I can go first,
Explain
second, third,
what's first.
8 to noonish.
And I go noon to 4.
Yeah.
And then you 4 to close.
That work,
That's on Tuesday.
and then we all come back
At
at
the
the
end.
end anyway, have a meeting.
You like the night shift?
Doesn't matter what I have to do all the time, it works, or at my morning's time. So I can do- I can do it there.
Could you switch with me if I had to?
Oh, absolutely.
Because I'll give you a front. In my business, Tuesday I close on Tuesday, I had to cruise the minute. We do my stuff during the day and I would be free. It would be easy for me,
Yeah.
but I'll change things around if it is. So I'll take the 4 ends and then you guys are back at the end of the night, right?
Or sometime, I believe. That's the way it's gonna be in November,
Yeah.
all day.
all of us should be together, right?
A lot of write-ins.
Yeah.
Okay,
What was the time, what was that, September what, 10th?
Tuesday the 10th.
Tuesday the 10th.
Yep.
I'm gonna be
We're
there.
gonna try to just do the 10th
And then,
and that seven. And then if we need
Oh,
to,
so probably I'll be stopping water. Oh,
when are you stopping articles?
probably Tuesday the 10th. I had to guess. All right, old business, regulation of Jake breaks. We got a very thorough answer from New Hampshire DOT.
So Mr. Scalera came in to see me today, he mentioned that he wasn't gonna be able to make it to the meeting tonight, but he asked that we not definitively close the door on this matter. So that would- because anything's always open in consideration.
Good enough. Administrative update.
So budget probably because I put you to sleep, but we didn't talk, did the schedule look okay? And I gave you some of the factors for 25. Then just if the board had any. I think the guidance usually has been fairly similar, you know, if you can make your case for an increase. Okay, but it's not the goal, right? Trying to cut what we can.
Zero base budget. Started. Just make the case. Right.
And then the schedule, that would be okay. Yeah. I don't know if you guys.
I read it. It's all new to me, but I called Mike and I said, what are you trying to do, scare me to quit?
You said math was your best subject.
It is.
Correspondence. Public input.
A friend of that little Astor Road where there apparently there used to be a speed limit sign like Astor and Old Pond, it's gone. So they're wondering, if they can get that. I don't know, I don't ever remember anybody reporting stolen when I worked there, but apparently they used to be.
I know I asked them to clear the brush there because I had some complaints about it being grown in.
The neighbors, couple of the neighbors said that it used to be a sign right there with the Old Pond, Astor Road.
I don't remember that. Check with Joe.
I didn't hear your problem, sorry. So, a speed limit sign on Astor Road by the Wilson Pond. Apparently there used to be one there and now it's not. But I don't remember.
Are we bringing up the copy machine?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Just
Just thinking
big
that.
trouble, but it, so finance office assistant. Gillen has been working diligently on putting together quotes for replacement of our aged decrepit copier. So I know there's been some interest in upgrading to a color machine, so we have that quoted. In addition to kind of a similar black and white we've had Canon. We've been happy with Canon, so we would like to continue with that. We did provide quote for Rico, which is cheaper, but I think between the service and just familiarity, I think sticking with Canon is preferable. So there are various options for leases of varying lengths or purchase, and then monthly fees, which are estimates based on what our current printing is. So depending on which model, the monthly costs are going to be similar or even less. I think the black and whites would be cheaper. Obviously, we get some color. That can add up, but I think we've heard some feedback that color would be appreciated as long as it's not abused.
Right.
Looking at you, Bill.
I didn't realize we only get $500.
That's just an estimate. That's what they paid. So they gave this monthly fee. That's just what they use as a guess, because they don't have data on the color. No, we wouldn't be capped.
Well, tell me about the old one. Did we used to lease it or we own it?
Honestly, I don't remember. I think we started as a lease, but it's been It's probably been, if we leased it,
Bought it
paid
out.
off for 4 or 5 years.
Right.
It's that old, we've had it that long.
Yeah, because we got it, I think, shortly after I got there. It's really bad. And I think it went to PE for the second project. But they,
Do you have a use for it or will they take it back?
we can keep it if we want to put it like in. If we can find a spot for it, we can keep it, and then at least if it goes down, we can have it be an option, so I think if we can find a spot, that probably would be good. Maybe somewhere in the Katrina land office, we can find a place. Because we only pay rent, so if it sits there, it doesn't get used, it doesn't cost us anything.
That's something special. on this.
And we can't trade, it's got very limited value, shall we say.
What is the best option, to lease or buy? Well, in our case, how much should we use? Is it smarter to lease or is it smarter to buy?
I mean, we typically don't do many leases. For cruisers, I know it's something the town has done in the past, we haven't just been buying outright, because we turn it over so quick that. To pay the interest, I don't know, I mean, it seems like. I would say to buy it would be my preference, but if you guys.
But when you lease, do they give us, does anything come with the lease? The
You get this, you
maintenance
really
and
get the same maintenance,
Same maintenance, service.
anytime they come out, even when the old one's been off. They can come out and fix it, there's never an invoice.
So the price of a colored one is 10,950, or is that the black?
Correct, yeah, that's.
Oh, so this is the price of the color.
Correct.
To me, for the little bit of money, if we're going that deep, get the color, I think we should get the color. Just to save that little bit of money, as long as we control bill and not abuse of that, I'm all in.
Census.
Want the consensus?
They don't know. Color, they want Cadillac.
Where's the money coming from?
I would say, let's just buy it out of the budget based on kind of vacant positions, and if it ends up being tight, we can fund it out of the IT equipment. Calculation. Or we could do the opposite if you want, but it's kind of easier to do that later if we need to, and we said that. I think we can cover it. If they're just sort of doing it out of the budget consensus.
Thank you.
And this copier is not gonna get healthcare, right?
No, we'll make sure it's a part-time.
Yeah, because we're doing good in health, so we don't want to,
Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up.
don't mess it up.
And then, I just included in here a brief memo that, assistant planner, Amy had put together based on some research he's done to date on. Sportsman's Club. The plan that we got, so
Yeah.
nothing definitive, I don't think it's necessarily too much new information, but.
But is this something we could send to Ed O'Brien
Sure.
and show him that we're doing it?
That's exactly. So.
All right, that would be fantastic, and it shows that we're moving on it, right? That's fantastic.
The issues with it? Connecticut River Sportsman's Club,
Now, are they stock car?
You go down there and shoot? Do you go down there and shoot? You'll remember that?
Get that for minutes. That's.
Mark LaBelle.
Gotta put that in there.
Michael Bell said he heard gunshots, but he's never.
Should I preside the,
I didn't have a chance to review it, research it, but if you want to mention it, you can. About that specific individual? Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll get your phone number first. I just want to make sure it's okay. So we do have one non-public
For reputation.
reputation, which is
C.
What's it? Reputation?
non-public, please, under C.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye-bye. I'll make a motion, we move to non-public MSC.
Second.
Harrison's.
Aye.
Best.
Aye.